Hello and a warm welcome to today's webinar. It's Rachel Smith here. I'm just going to set up on Instagram as well. May as well. Once we're going live on here, might as well capture it on Instagram as well. Let's see if it blurs my family's Wi-Fi. It could well do. So welcome to everybody on Instagram. So we are talking about how to grow your business during COVID-19. Such a top topic, isn't it? So welcome to this webinar. Here, a little bit later than planned, and that's purely because I was actually running a goal setting call for my members of the 5K Club. So welcome everybody. Lisa, have you not had enough of me already today? Lovely to see you here. So yes, we are here this afternoon to talk about how to grow your business in COVID-19, such unusual times for us, most definitely. What I'm going to share with you today is a lot of the strategies that I am using myself in business. And I was looking back over my feed over the weekend, and I started talking about the anticipated changes to business and early on in March. And hi Helena, lovely to see you here. And it seems really unusual that here we are living in the moment. We are now living in the time of COVID-19 and everything that it actually presents to us as well. But you know, how are you all doing? Come and let me know how you all are as well. This is a webinar. I have 5 strategies that I'll be sharing with you. Hopefully you've got a pen and a piece of paper, because I'm going to invite you to actually do some work on your business. It's not my business, but on your business, which I think is always an essential part when you actually come and participate in a webinar like this. When you actually find some time to participate, I want you to actually get maximum benefit for it. Hi Morgan, lovely to see you here. So we do want for this to be an interactive session. And today we're going to be talking about this time that we're living in, this time that we're running our businesses in, and extraordinary times as it is. And one thing that I want for you to think about is that it is a time of many emotions and many feelings. And I've gone live in my Facebook group about this, and I am an honest believer in, you know, you've got to feel your emotions, you've got to feel those things. They're there for a reason. If we try to be like, just push those feelings down, if we don't feel our feelings, it can lead to blocks and problems later on. And what I want to say is that, you know, even though I'm sat here talking to you today, and I'm going to be talking about how you can grow your business in this time, I want for you to understand something which I think is really essential, is that, you know, I'm still on a little bit of an emotional roller coaster ride, just as you are as well. But let's talk about business. It's very dark in here today, so apologies. But let's talk about business, and let's talk about something that is an absolute possibility here. And I really, even though that this is a strange time, and even though that this is a time when we can definitely get into some kind of dark feelings and worries and some negativity, this is also a time for entrepreneurs. So let me know if you can feel that, actually that there's some real possibilities here, that there's some real opportunities that you could definitely take advantage of. And that's what I really want to tap into first of all, because I think it's really, really important for us to understand that actually, as entrepreneurs, we are brilliantly placed to deal with a situation like this. We are used to taking risks as entrepreneurs. We've already given up the job, we've already given up our pensions, we've already taken risks, we've maybe retrained into something completely new. So actually, you already have a level of resilience, you already have a level of being able to be really creative, to have that entrepreneur. And you might think, I'm not an entrepreneur, Rachel, I'm actually a business owner. But I want for you to understand that actually you are an entrepreneur, that you have entrepreneurial skills, you are creative. And right now you have an opportunity in your business and in your life to turn up as a leader. Now, I can definitely send it'd be interesting to see what you think as well. But there are some people who I have been following who have not shown up as a leader right now. I have no idea what the circumstances are, and I hope they're well. I hope they're they're not being directly affected by COVID-19 in the sense that they're dealing with an illness. But there are quite a few people who have disappeared from my world. And what I really wanted to say to you guys before we got into strategy is that I really want for you to think about this being an opportunity for you to step up. It's an opportunity for you to be seen as a leader in your industry and for you to be there helping and serving and supporting your audience at a time when they need you the most. So let me know if that resonates. Let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if that's kind of sparked some inspiration into you. But we are well placed as entrepreneurs, as creative women, to actually come through the other side in this. And I think we've all probably seen some brilliant examples of innovation. I'll be sharing some of the innovation that my own clients have been bringing to the table as well, which has been absolutely awesome to see. But let's talk about today's webinar. So we're going to be talking about the 5 strategies that will see you through COVID-19. I'm going to be talking about what I believe you should be focusing on right now, because I understand it can feel really overwhelming and daunting. And I'm also going to be sharing why I believe you should still be selling right now as well, because I understand that that feels particularly difficult for some people. I want to answer your questions as we go, so I do tend to talk really quickly, and I know we've only got an hour, but I really want to make this as participative as possible. So if you've got questions or you want me to reiterate something or to explain something a little bit further, please do. So there's lots of people on here who I know and love, and it's absolutely awesome to see you. But if it's the first time you have seen me, or it's a little while since we've connected, just to reintroduce myself, I'm Rachel Smith, business grower. I'm a business coach for female entrepreneurs, and my kind of speciality is supporting my clients to get into consistent months of income in the business. I'm the founder of the 5K Club, and my kind of superpowers are 3 things: mindset, money mindset, and getting my clients into action. So, the very first strategy is that we often feel at this moment in time that the kind of our plan, my plan's over here somewhere, neatly folded up. My plan that I had for 2020 has kind of been pulled from within us, and it can feel as if actually we no longer have a sense of where we're going, who we're working with, how we're choosing to show up in the world. So the very first thing is, and on the back of what I've just said about us as being entrepreneurial women being best placed to deal with this situation, is that the very first strategy is for you to have a really clear mission about how you are choosing to show up right now. And this is going to help you define everything. It's going to help you define, the content, your visibility, your mindset, your sales, your ability to get into launching. And it's about really thinking about, what are you showing, how are you choosing to show up right now? Yeah, Judith, all plans I think are folded up, aren't they? Bless them. They're all created with their best will in the world, weren't they? So I really want for you to think about, your mission statement right now. So for the next 60 days, we're likely to be in this scenario in some variation, I suspect. Obviously, I have no inside knowledge. That's just my own kind of interpretation of what's going on. But I want for you to write a mission statement about how you are choosing to show up right now for your audience. So what is it that you are, how are you going to show up? What are you kind of on a mission for them? So one of my missions is to help and support my clients to move forward through this really difficult time. My mission is also about helping them to pivot and change if they need to, and really helping them to overcome, all of those worries and doubts that come up during a challenging time like this. And I really want for you to work on your mission statement, for you to have that clarity, for you allowed to get really inspired and get really excited about how you're choosing to show up. And that mission statement is likely to be very similar to maybe the mission statement that you have overall, but right now in this time it's about creating a mission statement for the next 60 days, really detailing your commitment to yourself, to your audience, about how you're going to show up, who you're going to show up for, and what are you taking, what are you going to kind of carry as that kind of passion for you and your audience. The second strategy in terms of helping you to grow your business in this time during COVID-19 is one of the things I've already touched on, and it's about your mindset. So as a family, apart from my teenager, every single morning, as part of our own mindset challenge, is that we have been getting up as a family, trying to have a bit of a routine, and doing PE with Joe Wicks. And that has been absolutely brilliant for our mental state. And even now, this time, it's always important to work on your mindset. It's always important to work on your mental state. But right now, it is absolutely key that you double down on your mindset work. There are all sorts of objections to you going out there and selling. There's all sorts of doubts and fears. There's all sorts of things that are unknown. There are all sorts of emotions that you're feeling. You might be worried about loved ones. You might be worried about your own health. You might be worried about your community. All sorts of things that feel out of your control. The thing that you can control, and the thing that you do have complete responsibility for, is working on your own mindset. And that mindset is going to get you through anything. So it's really double down on your mindset. Acknowledge your feelings, allow those feelings to come up. I did a yoga session at home yesterday, and the emotions that I hadn't even known were there really kind of started to come up, and rather than suppress them and just get on, I allowed them to surface. I allowed them to come through. It's absolutely essential that we do that. And then it's about releasing them. It's about releasing any hold that those emotions, those feelings might actually feel as if they have on me at that moment in time. And then it was a time of reflection. It was a time of thinking of what am I grateful for right now? And there's so much, isn't there? There's so much that we're all individually grateful for. Grateful that we're still connected through technology. Grateful that everybody's safe. There's so much things that we are grateful for, and I think at this moment in time, when we can look and focus on all the things that have been taken away from us, actually we can reframe that by looking at things from a real place of gratitude. So if you've never really got into mindset work, this is a great place to start, is to have that daily reminder of coming from a place of gratitude for everything you've got. Can you imagine how grateful we're going to be once this is over, for just being able to go to do things that we would ordinarily just do without too much worry. So just think about having that daily gratitude. It helps us feel connected, grounded. It helps raise our vibration, and that's what you need, and that's what your audience wants to feel from you. Because if you're feeling scared, if you're feeling confused, but you're still showing up to your audience, what do you think your audience is actually going to feel? They're going to feel that energy. What you want to do is to work on that gratitude, show up in such a grateful way, to be that higher level of energy. And that's what attracts people to you. They're like, what is going on here? What is this person doing that's helping cut through the noise, that I can actually hear that person? So let me know if that makes sense. But yeah, really increase your frequency. Okay, now it would be really helpful for me to understand, for the people who are here now, if you could just use one word that describes how you feel about your business right now. Let's gauge whereabouts the audience is, and there's no right and there's no wrong. If you feel it, if you're feeling worried, that's how you're feeling. That's absolutely fine. But let's have a sense of where people are feeling. Maybe you're feeling kind of inspired or intrigued, or maybe you're excited. Maybe you can you can see all these possibilities, and maybe it's giving you the kick up the ass that you actually needed in order for you to move your business forward in a particular way at the moment. Now, the third strategy for this is, as Judith and I have just shared, is that we've had these, well laid out, well created plans for 2020, and mine are folded up and put behind me. Not forgotten, but I understand that through COVID-19 is that I am going to be a different version of myself through this experience. And at the end of this, I will most definitely go back to my plan and look at how relevant that still is. That plan is no longer relevant. There are things in there that I've pulled, there's things that I've shifted, but the third strategy of this is to think about your now strategy. So it's accepting that things are different. It's accepting that actually your clients' needs have shifted and changed as well. So it's really thinking about how you can serve your soulmate clients where they are right now. And I've just been running a monthly goal setting call for the members of the 5K Club, and we've been specifically talking about this, like in the next 30 days, where are your clients right now? And it's about creating offers, solutions, content that will support them where they are right now. So it's not what was on your plan, it's probably something else. And if you don't know where your clients are, perhaps you've taken a little bit of a breather from your audience or from social media or whatever, and you're kind of getting back into it now, think about all the ways that you can actually ask your audience what they're looking for now. And one of my favourite ways is to ask them, ask my clients, check in with those guys to see what's going on in other groups where my clients hang out. But really, what I love to do is ask them questions, ask them open questions, ask them in polls about where they are right now, what their challenges are, what they need from a business coach right now. So just think about, how can you meet your clients' needs with where they are right now? So polls, questions, conversations, anything like that. And just thinking about your now strategy, it's really about making any offer that you're going to create or put out there so easy for you to deliver, for you to create, for your audience to say yes to for them to consume and get that transformational change that they're looking for. And it's thinking about really acting quite quickly, because this situation is current. It's going to change over the next couple of weeks. We're not going to be in it forever. How long it's going to be, we don't know, but it's about being very dynamic in your business right now. And so many of my clients are showing up and being really dynamic in the business and pivoting really, really quickly. And they're getting really brilliant results. And that is awesome. And we're not just looking at results in the whole, look at my clients, they're making X amount of money. It's thinking about actually, lots of us are feeling vulnerable. And now is the time when we need more support. Now is the time as individuals we need even greater access to support, to services, to coaching, to exercise classes, whatever that is, to food classes. It could be absolutely anything. And that's why I'm saying that this is your kind of your now strategy. This is something that's going to happen for you really quickly. You're going to be able to implement it really quickly. And to give you an example of this is my amazing client, Alison Goodwin. She runs yoga studios. Up until COVID-19, all of her services were face-to-face, and within a matter of days of us closing down to kind of self-isolation, Alison had moved all of her classes, pregnancy, postnatal, all of her classes online. And she's doing brilliantly. She has got more clients than she had before. Her clients are loving the fact that they have access to Alison and her amazing yoga classes. And that's just one example of how my clients are pivoting and changing at the moment and serving their clients where they are now. So just think about how you can serve your clients with where they are right now, how you can create offers really, really quickly that's going to make a massive difference to them now. This is a great time. If you have been planning an online course or some manner of a new income stream and you've been putting it off and you've been procrastinating and you've been like kind of faffing around with it, this is the time to make it happen. I really want for you to think about how you can make it happen really, really fast. And it could also be that if you're already creating courses and other things, it could be that you've already got something that you could bring to the table again. So just think about how you can really serve your clients really, really brilliantly, really powerfully, really quickly at this moment in time. This is not the time for procrastination, is it? Most definitely. So that is your third strategy. The fourth strategy is basically thinking about, in April, this is where your clients are right now, but think about where will your clients be after that. So this is where you have to kind of put your kind of detective hat on a little bit and think about where do you think your clients will be beyond April? Is it that you help them with X, but actually in a month's time, their situation will have shifted and changed and they'll be ready to receive something else. And COVID-19 in lots of ways is like a cycle of grief. And one of the cycles of grief is like an awakening. It is like beginning to be open to new things. Is that where your clients are going to be in May? And if that's the case, what will they be hungry for? So it's really thinking about, where will your clients be in May and how can you serve them? Because I think beyond April and beyond May, it's quite difficult to plan because we don't understand where we will be with COVID-19. So let me know if you've got any questions about anything, because it's really important that you get this. And as you can see, is that the last two strategies has still been about planning. It's still about having that strategic sense to your business, but it's about pivoting. It's about taking fast action. It's about taking imperfect action and being okay with that. And that's okay. I mean, I think we were talking in the 5K Club about the problems that Zoom have experienced with the sudden influx of people using their webinar tool, but quickly they've put in some steps. So they've not gone into meltdown, and that's what we want to be able to do as entrepreneurs as well. We want to step in, we want to provide solutions to our clients. So strategy 4 is thinking about beyond April, where will your clients be? If you have helped them with one problem, where does that lead them? What else would they need and want moving forward? So that could be a course, it could be some live training, it could be a playbook, it could be a challenge. What is it that will really engage them? What is it that will really help and support them? It's always about that, isn't it? And then the fifth strategy with this is thinking about, if your plans are all folded up and put to one side, it's thinking that we are going to get through the other side of COVID-19. So the fifth strategy is really starting to have an insight into where your clients will be after COVID-19. And thinking about what is it that you've got on offer, what is it, perhaps you've got that, perhaps that would be the perfect time for you to bring your signature program out, or to relaunch it if it's something that you already launch. So thinking about where your soulmate clients will be after COVID-19. So they're the 5 strategies. The first one being your mission statement, the second one being your now strategy, that's dealing with the first 30 days. The third one being your now strategy, the second one being your mindset, third one being your now strategy. The fourth and fifth one is thinking beyond April, what's happening in May, what's happening after COVID-19. And, just take fast action. So if you've got any questions about any of that, let me know. Oh, I've got to make sure I'm not too close to that phone. I'm on Instagram. And the final part to today's webinar is to deal with an issue that I know that lots of people have, and I know it's a genuine fear, I know it's a genuine concern for people, and it's thinking about whether or not you should sell. So again, let me know in the comments or give me some thumbs up if you are worried about selling. If you're worried about coming across as being scammy or spammy or unauthentic about selling, because I understand that this is a major concern and therefore it's stopping you from going out there. And I just want to give you an insight is that since COVID-19, I have attracted in new clients. So people are looking for support, and now is, I said this before when I was giving you the example of my client Alison, is that now is the time when we need more support. We need more accountability because, so Lisa was saying she was worried about selling, but I've convinced her it's okay. It is. I mean, Lisa is a nutritionist, so it's not as though she has stockpiled toilet rolls and she's going to sell them at a highly inflated price. Judy says she's come around to think it's okay as long as it's done from the right place. Yeah, definitely. I've just recruited some new one-to-one clients, Judith. People are not allowing COVID-19 to stop them from moving forward, and maybe even recognising that now is the time to make a change. I think COVID-19 is waking us all up to lots of things that have maybe been dormant for a little while, and making it the time when we do actually want to take action and that we are ready to take on that next challenge. And also, if you're working like Judith works with business owners, but it's also that time for business owners to step up. I mean, the first couple of weeks of COVID-19, the internet was savage. It was so busy. It was crazy in terms of having that sense of being heard and being seen. And we all are passionate female entrepreneurs. We love our clients. We want to serve them as deeply and brilliantly as possible. And to do that, we need to step up our visibility. So lots of people are like, COVID-19 is a blip. This has reignited like a need within me to get these things resolved, to move on these things, to grow my business, to do these things that I keep saying that I'm going to do. And I've got the time and the space to do that now, and I'm going to do it. So yeah, don't be afraid of selling right now. So let's talk about why I really believe that we should still be selling right now. And that's because we have an economy that is fundamentally, we have an economy that, the way the economy works is that we buy and sell. So I'm still buying things. My clients are still buying things. And that's what we need. We need the economy to have this buying and selling and this cycle. So Judith says she stepped back and started to post more personal stuff or fun stuff. And how has that impacted on business, Judith? Because sometimes people like that personal stuff. Sometimes they get a greater insight into who you are, and then we create that trust element which we need before people buy from you. But we have an economy, and it will recover faster from this period of time if we are still selling. And for many small businesses, they don't have a choice in order to keep selling, because some of the grants and things that are in place are either really hard for people to get hold of, or they're not available for these particular small businesses. So we've got to keep the money flowing. And also, it's recognising you run a business. You are running a business. Why should you give your talents, your experience, your skills away for free? Because we know that free is not valued. We know that our clients, it's very unlikely that your clients are going to create that massive transformation by the free stuff. We all have folders on our hard drives full of free stuff that we don't look at. So actually, why should you demean your expertise by selling at a lower price or giving everything away for free. And at the end of this, you still want to have a business. And who's going to buy from you if you've given everything away for free during COVID-19? So that's like the practical things about selling and why I believe everybody should still be selling if you're able to. I mean, I understand that there are some services that can't or that haven't pivoted and therefore it's difficult for them to sell. But the other side of things is understanding that selling, and this is fundamentally, so Judith said, let's just go back to this, brilliant. So Judith says she's had massive engagement and views. Right, Judith, so if your audience is loving this more fun, this more kind of personal side of you, people are engaging, that's great. It's starting to think about, right, okay, so you have an audience who love you have an audience who are engaged with you. You know, what is it that they need? Because, and it feeds in nicely into my second point about selling, is that selling is serving. And there are very few large organisations who will apologise at any time for selling to us, and that's okay. And that's exactly what we need to think about, is that we are a business. We have invested years and years and years into our businesses, into our skills, into our expertise. We create results on behalf of our clients, with our clients, and you will achieve the deepest, most transformational, most brilliant work when somebody has actually exchanged money for that experience. So Helena says she's feeling confused, not sure what to focus on. She was going to step away from her Pilates classes over the next few months, or at least do less of them, and I'm going to focus on more of my private sessions as I'm training to become, oh, that's amazing that you're going to be RTT therapist, brilliant. And we'll incorporate this into private sessions. Okay, Helena, there's something to be said about, right, I'll come back to you, Helena, because I think this is a really important point. Let me just carry on talk about selling, otherwise the message will get kind of overlaid. But what I always say to my clients when we're talking about selling is that selling is serving, most definitely. And I think if you can reframe that as at any time when you bump up against selling, and I know it's a massive fear, because actually we're not selling, in lots of cases we're not selling products, we're selling ourselves, we're selling our expertise, is that actually you are serving your clients at the deepest level. So I really want for you to think about selling being essential for the economy, essential for your clients, and essential for you to still have a business. And you know, the key areas for you to focus on in your business is growing your audience, growing your visibility, growing your resilience, and growing your mindset. So I'm going to go back and answer Helena's question. If anyone's got any other questions about what I've been sharing, please do. Okay. I think I'm not surprised you're confused, Helena, because what you've got to is you've got to a situation where you made some clarity about what the future's going to hold for you, and that you'd got ready to make this transition, that you'd made that decision to move away from your group classes to one-to-ones. And there's two things I'd say here, and it's all about alignment when it comes down to it. First of all, you could most definitely continue to do that. You could go out there with an offer to take on a number of one-to-one clients. And fortunately for you, you have a pool of existing clients who used to be your group clients, and you can do some really deep, brilliant work, even across Zoom, running your Pilates on a one-to-one basis. So that's the number one thing that you could absolutely do if that felt like the right thing. The second thing is that, going back to what I said about your now strategy, it could be that your clients need something that you weren't going to originally plan to deliver. And if you feel in alignment, if it feels like the right thing for you to do, you can still do that. Even if it wasn't in your plan, even though you think it kind of skews what you're planning to do with training to be an RTT therapist, is that actually if you've got that greater pull to run some group online classes to help and support your clients with where they are right now with COVID-19, that's a great thing to do. But I would say because you've got those, and what a great place to be to have two opportunities. So I would say that you've got a question within yourself about alignment. You know, what this is about you showing up in your business. What do you feel in most alignment to actually take forward? You know, I know Helena a little bit, so you know I know that she's got children and she's probably got a husband working from home. So it's like, you know, we have lots of things that we're juggling at the moment that we didn't have before. So just think about where have you got a greater pull, because that will give you an indication of what you want to do. And you know, it's some choices, isn't it? So let me know if that's helped. So we've talked a lot today. I've talked a lot today about COVID-19. I hope that's been really, really helpful. And I just wanted to share with you one of the things that is available to you. And like I said, right throughout this is that it can often feel that this is the time not to buy. This is the time to pull back from support. And what I can share with you, what I'm happy to share with you, is that my clients who I'm working with, because we're still working, because they've got the accountability and the support, and because they're still showing up in their business, they are pivoting, they are changing, they are working with more clients, they're going out there and getting one-to-one clients. They're doing absolutely brilliantly. And it's great. I absolutely love this work, and that's what I want for every single person. You know, as I said, the economy needs us, our clients needs us. So one of the things that I've decided to do is do a 48-hour flash sale of the 5K Club. Now, the 5K Club is my membership club, which ordinarily is around £40 a month to join. But for this period of time, it's actually £20 a month. I made that decision really early on in COVID-19 to make the membership very accessible for all of my clients. So everybody who's in the 5K Club have currently got a full membership at £20, and that will remain for as long as this period of time that we're in. And the reason why I love the 5K Club is that it's a membership club, most definitely, and we know that there's lots of membership clubs out there, but it's really different is the 5K Club, because it's very intimate. I'm in it all the time. I get to review your offers, your sales pages, your launch plans. There's training, and there's not like thousands of training bundles. There's just the training bundles that you need. And there's a ton of support. We have weekly coaching calls, we have monthly goal setting calls, and then really importantly on Thursday, just for the members of the 5K Club, and they're getting this for £20 a month, which is amazing, we're having a business contingency planning session where I'm actually going to roll up my sleeves and work with my clients on Thursday to map out their contingency plan for the next 60 days. So they won't be confused, they won't be overwhelmed, they'll just have lots of clarity about exactly how they're going to move their business forward. So if you're like, yes, Rachel's talking a lot of sense, yes, I need some help and support and some accountability to get my actions started, if you like the sound of that, I will pop the link to the 5K Club in the comments below, and you can have a look at that. You can PM me and ask me questions about whether or not the 5K Club is the place for you. It's not, you're not tied in, so even if you wanted to just come for the contingency planning session in April and have some support in April to actually implement it, you can do that. It's all available to you for just £20. So let me know if you're interested in that. Anybody who's watching the replay back, if you've got any questions, you know, as I've gone into more detail with Helena, but if you've got any questions about how I can help and support you a little bit more, just ask me in the comments below. And if anybody who's live now has got any final questions, just let me know. I'm here to help and support you. Oh, that sounds amazing. Judith is going to come and join me. That is cool. That is really cool. I'd love to work with Judith. Others, radars for a long time, which is lovely. Yeah. So I'm just checking through, making sure I've got everybody's questions. Right, brilliant. If there's no other questions, I'll pop the link below, Judith. I just jumped off a one call and didn't have the link, so I'll pop that down below. I'll PM you actually. And yeah, hopefully that's given you some ideas, some inspiration, but don't miss out on writing out your mission statement for this period of time. You know, I really want to encourage you to show up as the absolute brilliant, awesome leader that you truly, truly are. Okay, bye for now. Thanks ever so much for joining me. See you soon.